Hey guys, welcome to Jeff's Kitchen today, and on cue the puppy starts barking right off the bat, and I got a lot of stuff going on. Janet's in here watching a movie, and puppies are running around the house, so it's sort of just normal life, right? So today I got something that I ran across that I'm gonna try today, and it's called the Kentucky butter cake. And so it looks like a lot like a pound cake, but it sounded really yummy and delicious and pretty simple recipe. So we'll cycle through this and get it started. But first off, I wanted to plug the USMS Smarty Pants Summer Fitness Challenge coming up soon. We're doing it here locally at the Tsunami Swim Team Arlington Park Pool on July 24th. It's a 2K swim. You can do it any way you want, and you can also join a local club or go to a local club and join in with their fitness challenge that they're probably doing there at any Masters location near you. So there again, the Summer Fitness Challenge. It's cheap to sign up. I think it's $10 to sign up, and you get a sweet free swim cap and some Smarty Pant vitamins, but more importantly, a social challenge to swim 2K. So anyhow, go sign up and get involved. And so today, like I said, we're doing the Kentucky butter cake, and we'll start off. I've got 3 cups of flour. I've already pre-sifted it. Oh, but wait a minute, I want to prepare the pan first. And so one of the things that this recipe talked about was really doing a good job preparing the pan, because
it's a little bit different, that it's actually going to stay in the pan longer than what we typically do, so that the butter glazing that I end up making at the end will actually soak into the cake, hence the butter name in the cake. But anyhow, I'm going to butter this down really well and make sure that I get it all covered good. And I do use real butter. This is unsalted butter, and done a pretty good job so far of not allowing my cakes to stick in their pans. I am going to try something a little different today that I haven't tried before. But normally I'll dust the pan with flour, but I'm actually going to dust it today with a little bit of confectioner's sugar. And what I understand is that it will allow, it almost create like a sugar glazing on the outside of that part of the cake, which sounded really good. And so I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of confectioner's sugar, make sure I get it all around on the sides and everything. And the stuff is a little messy to work with. It traps to your hands pretty quickly. But I'm gonna sort of like
that. It's nice and simple. Sort of hard to get it up on the edges. Anyhow, there's a prepared pan. All right, and so I'm gonna put the dry ingredients first inside the trusty KitchenAid Artisan mixer. And so I've already got 3 cups of flour that I've already got in here. It's all-purpose flour. I'm also going to put in the sugar. So I got 2 cups of sugar. And I got a tablespoon of salt. I like to use the pink Himalayan salt, but if you don't have any of that, kosher salt would be best. Got a tablespoon of baking powder, and then a half a tablespoon of baking soda powder. Is that right? All right, and then that's really all the dry ingredients. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna back up a second, because I'm gonna pour this stuff back in. Because I really prefer to add the wet stuff first, and then slowly add the dry stuff. So I'm gonna put in 4 eggs. And those have warmed to room temperature. I got a cup of buttermilk. I'm gonna do a cup of room temperature butter. So it ends up being 2 sticks, nice and soft. And there we go. and then a tablespoon of vanilla. I'm going to turn this on for just a second. I have a mixer, a paddle mixer instead of a whisk. I don't really want to get that much air into the mix. And so
I'm just going to turn this on slowly and let it just sort of mix the wet stuff and get it all nice and mixed together. Alright, then what I'm going to do next is just add
the flour and baking soda and all that in here while I add it slowly into the mix. If you have a hand mixer, you can do the same thing. So I'm going to let this go for about 3 minutes. It's 1:35 now, so I'm going to let this go on slow for 3 minutes and just
Alright, so that should be enough time. And it's ready to pour in the pan. So I'm just going to put it in the Bundt can.
in the oven it goes. For 65 minutes and got a nice golden brown tap to it. And so now it's time to prepare the icing. But before we prepare the icing, it has a little interesting trick that you poke holes in the cake. And what that's going to do is allow the butter to infiltrate down into the cake itself and make it real nice and buttery. So I got a few holes poked in there, and we're gonna let it cool. So I'm gonna move it over out of the way. And meanwhile, I'm gonna do a little adjustment on the camera so that you can at least see what I've got going on there. So I've got a 1/3 cup of butter that I'm going to throw in a saucepan. I'm going to turn the heat on low. And what I want to do is melt this butter a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of water. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. The butter is already starting to melt. And so as soon as the butter gets nice and melted, I'm going to actually add 3/4 of a cup of sugar and let that sort of melt in and dissolve, and then that's what I'm going to pour over on top of the cake. So the cake is going to be cooling. I'm going to leave it in the pan until it's completely cooled, and so when I'm pouring the butter on top with the holes in, it's going to go inside the cake. It's going to stay there instead of run off onto the plate or whatever. So it sort of gets back to why I had to be really buttered and greased really well so it'll come out. And I've already checked it, and it's released already, so I don't anticipate it reattaching itself. I guess anything's possible, but anyhow, we'll probably let it cool, and then I'll add a picture at the end of this video. So today I am gonna do some advice from the last video. I got puppies in the background again, and so I am going to post up on YouTube and Facebook. And I found the best way. I had a lot of advice on how to do it, but I found the best way is to just record it on my camera or on my phone, and then I'm going to be editing it within iMovie, and then iMovie will upload to both YouTube and Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and back off the heat on this. As you can tell, it's already a nice little glaze on it. And so it's just butter, sugar, water, and vanilla. And I'm just going to whisk it around here for another second or two. I'm going to bring the cake over here so that we can see it a little bit better. And I'm going to pour the butter icing on top.
I've been running in and out of this building all week doing showings for Manuel's condo on the 4th floor. This is East Precinct, so we got morning light. It's morning light here. So you'll get morning light in your bedroom, and clearly, all that hustle has not gone unnoticed. The unit down the hall is going on the market, and I got a meeting with the owners right.
So it's got nice thick glazing, and as it sits, the cake will absorb all of that, and I'm sure to leave some type of glazing on top. When I flip it out and put it on a cake table, I'll like I said, I'll show it again. But anyhow, we are done. I'm gonna let this thing cool off. It's probably gonna take 30-40 minutes to cool off. Meanwhile, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's just under, very simply, Jeff Waddle. And I might start posting videos of some projects that I'm building, as well as my cooking and continuing my cooking. So there you go, you have it. It's a Kentucky butter cake, and made it specially for my wife since she loves sugar stuff, and
She won't eat it.
and so anyhow, I'm gonna sign off, and thanks guys for joining me.